Good morning, everyone. T-Speaker 222 XRP Future Millionaire with the side bet on XL. I'm in Future Digibet OG. So I know a lot of you guys are like, what the fuck? Why is Bitcoin up to 52,400 and those damn boards red? Well, Shiba's up 30%. That's starting to finish off its head and shoulders now. So some of these are going to fall very, very hard. And this followed the uptrend that we drew out after it started moving, so I'm not too surprised. But anyhow, you don't like XRP? Get the hell out of here. If you want to cause trouble, if you want to be a dick, goodbye. Like I said yesterday, I don't give a fuck. If you want to leave, go by. If you don't respect what I do, if you don't like what I do, or you don't think I'm doing it the right way, get the hell out of here. Go watch somebody else who tickles your balls and is more to your liking. I'm going to tell you the way it is, the way it goes, and that's just the way it works. So yesterday, for the people on VChain, I told you the moment it fell out of that trend line, I was out. The moment it fell out of that trend line, I was out. Before it even had to make the push back up right here, I was out right when this wick went down and started pulling back up. I was out. Like I told you guys, I rode it until the uptrend was done. The uptrend ended, I was out. And when I woke up, I was very happy to see that it started creating these patterns. Now, when you look at Bitcoin, you want to talk about manipulation at its finest. So it fell out. Now, you've got a prototypical head and shoulders to bust back out of this and even farther. So, if this continues like this, there's a reason why the whole crypto market is down, for the most part. Because Bitcoin fell outside of its trend. And we're going to see the implications of that. And it used that underneath support that I had drawn out for when it needed to break over, and it used that as a support. So, and it bounced back into the trend, but this is very, these are often signs of reversals right here. Gets one last miraculous bounce up on a big burst of volume, and then it just comes crashing down. I mean, this looks like that's what's going on. I told you, when you've seen this kind of a play out, this is when you want to get out of your fucking positions. And even though this bounced back hard, look at the rest of crypto. We don't know if crypto's even going to respond at all. I know we're getting close to this reversal now. When you start seeing Bitcoin moving like that, this reminds me of the commodities market right now, ladies and gentlemen. Gold will be up a couple percent, but all of the mining stocks will be down 3, 4, 5, 6%. And then they'll recover a little bit as gold is going up. And then it'll be like, oh, only down 1%, 2%, or 0.5%, or maybe up 1% or 2%. I mean, all of these have come not way down. Doge hasn't come way down, but they're all below that resistance line now that they were using as support for a little while. So this is going to make it very interesting. But I mean, that's why I put out these warnings with VChain and all the rest. If they break these trend lines, get the fuck out. And if you get lucky on this pull up like right here, get out. Because that's the reason I drew it. Once it breaks the uptrend, it's a violent and vicious drop. And this is, if you guys watched the update last night, it's about as vicious as it can get for a retrace. It was down 6.16% in hours after it broke that trend line, the uptrend. And that's why I was so on the money about, hey, when it breaks, the same thing with XRP. I went on and everybody asked me, what would you do? And I drew this exact fucking scenario out of when it fell through. That's why I say, if you don't like what I do, too damn bad, you're going to cost yourself a shitload of money. Because I don't tell you whether to buy or sell. I tell you exactly the moments that are going to happen, and then you make up the decision. Does that look like it's easy? No, it doesn't look like it's easy. But what I did was made it to where I knew once it broke out of a certain formation, it was done. Or if it went up, it was going higher. I knew once it broke out of that formation, we were going to have a drop. And I said it was going to go to $1. Did I not? Go watch my video last night. I said when it breaks out of that formation, we will come down to $1 or close to it. We came down to $1.17. And then I said after that, we would continue downward, and then we would end up making our way down. And you guys are going to see what happens. This is just the beginning. This is when we finally broke the uptrend. It's going to be very hard to get back in that uptrend. Even though it's only 5 cents, once you break an uptrend, and it should start moving up. Like, I'm shocked, guys. I am shocked that Bitcoin went up 1,200, and we haven't had any kind of rebound. That tells me that everybody can see what kind of, or it's predictable what's going on here. Like I said with the mining stocks, that's the only example I can give you of a time where it's like this. The big boys leading the charge and the rest are just sitting behind because they know it's about to fall apart. That's what it feels like to me. You don't often see this. This looks like we're getting set up to be bent over at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. This looks like a disaster. It looks great from the onslaught. You're looking at Bitcoin, you're like, yeah, all right, I must be up. No. That's because Bitcoin is having this fake push up back into the trend. It was well outside of the trend line. It was down to 50,350. I mean, what a quick drop, like I was saying. And then I said it would probably push up to here. This was the apex. We talked about this. It could probably get up to there, and it's almost hit it, but not from the outside. You don't want it to not respect the uptrending support line. Once it stops respecting it, that means, yeah, we got this push up, but the likelihood is we're going to fall right down. This looks like nothing more to me in this quick burst than a head and shoulders. This is the prototypical whoops. And now we come back down to where we started, which was 50,400, which means now we'll come down farther. Now it looks like we're going to start taking out levels, unless, because now, guys, what ends up happening, you've got to maintain that huge volume spike just to keep it up here and continue. So it looks like, I don't think we're going to have enough steam. Notice how the first 15 minute, it went way up. The second 15 minute, it kept going up. The third 15 minute, it goes up even higher. We're crashing in volume now in the 15-minute segments, and yet it's still trying to nibble up higher. That's why none of these cryptos are going up with it. That's why even though when you bought your stuff, your cryptos were higher than it is now, and it should be going higher. This is manipulation, ladies and gentlemen. You want to know what manipulation looks like? On this Wednesday morning at 8:56 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast, this is manipulation. This is why you can't always pay attention to Bitcoin, and this is why you need to pay attention to my channel, because I'm going to keep you up to the minute, up to the date. And yesterday, had you have been paying attention, I had the trend lines for XRP, Bitcoin, VeChain, all out there for you on my last update last night, and I told you the exact spot if it fell through, that it was going to be catastrophic, and it's not catastrophic yet. But like if you're in DGB, you're down 5.5%. If you're in VeChain, you're down almost 4%. ZIL, 6.15%. Doge is going to be the next one to take it up to you-know-what. It's going to do this extension, and then what? Like we talked about yesterday, then what? And this might be all of the extension, because it's coming up to that support line that it's using as resistance now. We talked about this very, very heavily yesterday, and I talked about how we come up to that 27 line on in my live. I didn't think it was going to happen, but it definitely came up there before it got rejected. That's why we draw these things out, ladies and gentlemen. But now you can see it's a disaster. All of these are a disaster. Bitcoin, assuming Bitcoin doesn't go up to like 100, well, I'm just being a dick, but assuming Bitcoin doesn't go up to like 53, 50, well, 53 seems like that's where it wants to go, but 55, I think this could be possibly ending the pattern already. It had a bounce up back into resistance, or into that resistance zone. We're having less volume on these push-ups than the initial push. So it looks like we're running out of steam here. And if this is true within the next hour or two, we're going to be back down under 50,500. Just remember, guys, there's a reason why the rest of the crypto market is not moving. Bitcoin's up 2.45%, and all of crypto couldn't care less. Tell me the last time you've seen this scenario play out. So I'm going to release this because this is some fucked up shit here on this Wednesday morning. This is a lot of manipulation, and there's no reason Bitcoin's up 2.54% and XRP's down 3%, or VeChain's down 4%, or DGB's down 5.19%, or XDC's down 4 points. It doesn't make any sense. So I said the manipulation's real. You need someone on your side who's going to keep it straight and narrow. I do that. Hit that like button. Turn that bell notification to all. Subscribe to the channel if you're new or returning. And if you want to send a donation or join Tom's Army, I highly encourage you to do that because we're looking for new members.